What's up guys? In this video we're going to be talking about the two things that you really want to be paying attention to when going into your training sessions, especially if you're new to training. The first is range of motion and the second thing is tempo. Now with range of motion you want to really assess how much of it you have in different movement variations or different types of movements, right? Strength is built in its end ranges. Right? So the more resilient and the more strength you have at these end ranges, the more bulletproof and the more resilient your body becomes. So don't make the mistake of assessing your progress purely by how much weight you're lifting. You also want to assess how much range am I lifting that weight through. So if you can lift a certain weight through a deeper range of motion, you can consider this as progress. Now the second thing you want to think about is tempo. Essentially what we do with tempo is we try to create these checkpoints in the movement or these control points, and these control points allow you to feel which muscles and what positions you need to be in through the entire range of motion. What you'll often see in our programs is 4 numbers. For example, in this video we'll use 3, 2, x, 1. Now the 3 simply means how much time it took you to lower the weight towards the ground. So anytime you're doing a movement and it's going towards the earth and you're resisting it from falling, that's the first number. That's the negative. The second number would be how much time you spent at the bottom. So in this scenario, it's 2 seconds at the bottom. So once you take 3 seconds to go down, you're going to spend 2 seconds at the bottom. And then the x just means how fast the concentric is, or how fast you're coming up away from the earth. Alright, so that's the third number, and the fourth number is at the top, so it's going to be a 1. So you're going to take 1 second at the top. Usually it'll mean in a squat you take a breath and you go back down. Alright guys, so we're going to give you a few very simple examples so that you can take it into training with you. Alright, I'm going to start off by doing a very basic push-up. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we can manipulate tempo and range of motion. So regular push-up would look like this. If I added the 3, 2, x, 1 tempo, it would look like this. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 1, 2, up, 1, 3, 2, x, 1, 3, 2, x, 1. Alright, so 3 seconds down, 2 seconds at the bottom, pop up, 1 second pause at the top. Now, if I wanted to add some range to that, I just get these parallettes and I take myself through a deeper range of motion. Now I can do regular without any tempo, or I can do the same tempo. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, x, 1. Alright? And so it's 3 seconds down, 2 seconds at the bottom, press up, 1 second at the top. That's the push-up. Alright, with the pull-up, it's going to look a little different. So I'm going to demonstrate it really quick. 3, 2, x, 1 tempo on the pull-up bar. Alright? So I'm going to pull myself up. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. X, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. X, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And so each one of these numbers represents a place inside of the lift where you're adding control points. Alright, the squat is probably the simplest place to do the tempo. I'm going to demonstrate a front squat. Alright, so I'm going to stand here in my front squat position and I'm going to do a 3, 2, x, 1. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, x. 1 second at the top. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, x. 1 second at the top. Now, it's very important to make sure that when you're training that you're assessing both range of motion and tempo, because range of motion will ensure that your body is becoming more bulletproof and more resilient, and so it's safe in deep ranges of motion and it's strong in deep ranges of motion, and tempo adds control points so that you can really know if there's any weak link in your chain of motion. If there is a weak link in your chain of motion, when you're doing tempos, you're definitely going to feel it. So pay attention to how much range you have and how much control you have through these ranges, and use that as one way of assessing if you're progressing or not. It's not always about how much weight you lift.